Well, good morning, everybody. This is Travels with Dottie. My name is Rob, and I have another preparation video for you. For those of you going to Quartzsite that may be newbies, this could be your first time. So I have a whole playlist filled with Quartzsite videos you may want to check out. But today has to do with 5 things that can be, at the worst, dangerous, at the least, pretty inconvenient. And the first one is the concept of washes. What's a wash? Well, it's a term that's used in the desert to describe erosion in the desert that is created by drainage of water from the mountains. And basically, it's a dry creek or riverbed. If there's a flood happening or rain, and they're going to have water in it, but 9 times out of 10 or more, when you see it in the desert, it's going to look like a dry creek or riverbed. Why is this important? It's because if you plan on boondocking in Quartzsite in one of the 14-day BLM areas or one of the 4 LTVA long-term visitor areas, they're everywhere. And you will find as you wander into these areas looking for a place to camp that there look like roadways going every which way, right? And people are camped off these roadways. Well, these roadways, and they're informal roadways, go through washes frequently, right? You'll hear terminology like, oh, that's 2 washes over from here. The washes tend to run parallel to each other. And what they're saying is there's 2 washes between where you are and there. And usually you can't cross these washes just anywhere. Often you'll see a roadway that goes down into a wash. And I'm showing you here pictures of what washes look like. And you have to decide, can my rig make it through that intersection? Can I make it through that wash? And keep in mind, often at the bottom of the wash, there's loose sand. You can get stuck. They can be steeper than they look, so you can get if your rig's too long, you get hung up. I've seen people absolutely stuck where they needed to call a tow truck to be rescued out of there, and that's not cheap when the tow truck comes off-road. So just be aware. And you can ask people, hey, what's the best crossing for this wash? And they'll tell you, hey, go down there and go over. Don't try to go here. It's steep. It's the kind of thing you just kind of figure out on your own. But hopefully this gives you an idea. Now, next thing, everybody asks about rattlesnakes. Are there rattlesnakes in the desert in Quartzsite? Of course there are. Yeah. Rattlesnakes, when it's cooler or not as active, this is going to be year number 4 in Quartzsite, and I spend 4 months every winter. Never seen one. Plenty of people I know have seen one nearby where I'm camping. Maybe I'm just lucky I haven't seen one. But this is what a close-up picture looks like of a rattlesnake. But this is a little bit further away into the rocks. You can see, is there a rattlesnake in that picture? Oh yeah, now I see it. You can imagine how camouflaged these creatures are in the wild. And 2 things. One, reaching your hand into a pile of rocks or similar things is always a bad idea. It's not a good idea. I figure if I ever get bit, it's going to be because I'm walking along and I failed to notice one and got too close, and they just strike me and they're going to strike probably from the knee down, right? And if I'm wearing shorts, I'm in big trouble. I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get a lot of venom. I don't wear shorts in the desert. I wear denim. Now, is denim 100% protection? No, it's not. A large snake can bite through the venom, get to your skin, and inject you. But I read a pretty reputable study that said that on average in their experiments, it's 66% less venom delivery when they're trying to go through denim, and there are lots of dry strikes, meaning they strike at the denim and no venom is delivered. So, being aware of your surroundings, looking and listening, paying attention. I would not recommend going through rocks and vegetation and things with your iPod ears or whatever. They don't do iPod anymore. Anyway, with earbuds on, you want to be listening. You want to hear that rattle. Everyone knows what that rattle sounds like, whether you've seen a snake before or not. That's a warning. That's designed to be a warning. And don't let your dogs start climbing around into rocks and stuff. Not good. Anyway, so are you going to die? Probably not. Do you need medical treatment? Absolutely. One of the things to do if you have a watch on, or let's say an arm or something you got hit, or a hand, get that watch, bracelets, anything, rings, get them all off. You're going to swell, and you want to get to definitive care. You want to get to an emergency room within 30 minutes, or an ambulance, either one, so they can deal with the potential effects of swelling. Most people do survive rattlesnake bites, so it's not a death sentence, but it's painful, and it can be quite expensive medically. So, thousands of dollars for anti-venom. If hopefully your insurance company will cover, but if not, anti-venom is big bucks, thousands of dollars. And there's another creature that you might want to be careful of, and it's this little guy, a scorpion. And I have seen one scorpion. It wasn't in the LTVA. It was down in one of the California LTVAs, and it was dead. And I'm like, is that a real scorpion? Is that plastic? No, it was a dead real one. But there are scorpions around, and and I know it looks big in these pictures, but a lot of them are really pretty tiny. They sting you with that tail, and it hurts a lot. I've never been stung, but it hurts a lot. This is another creature where reaching into rocks and stuff in dark places is you can get stung, especially during the day. They're most active at night when you can't see them. So a lot of people use black lights outside to see scorpions. They're pretty easy to see with the black light. But the sting usually does not require medical attention. You can clean your wound with soap and water, take a Tylenol, and tough it out. If you ever have any kind of sting or bite or whatever, you start having trouble breathing, anything like that, then it's a medical emergency. You're having an allergic reaction. It's not really you need help. But for the most part, it is a giant pain. The other thing, here's not a physical danger, but a legal danger. You see these big cactus, these. And I always seem to pronounce it Socorro cactus. They're protected by law. If you damage or kill one, it's a felony in Arizona. So don't enjoy them. Take pictures of them. They're lovely. They're beautiful silhouettes when you take your sunset shots, and they're everywhere in Quartzsite, and they are impressive and beautiful. They can grow 60 feet up into the air. But this cactus, this one, it's much smaller, and it looks really interesting and pretty, and it looks maybe even a little soft. Don't touch this cactus. You won't get arrested. You won't die, but boy, these little things get into you, and they are irritating in your skin, and they're hard as heck to get out. You do not want to mess with these things. So here are 5 things that you may not know that are either a legal danger, a life and limb danger, or an annoyance danger in Quartzsite that you may not know about, but you know about it now. Check out my other videos. Take care.